need. Just if I run away, please take over.
Okay, and then now just start breathing wherever you left off.
Yeah.
Okay,
I should be okay. I've taken enough medicine, but you know.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I got you covered.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. Well, whatever.
Work them into the service.
Janet's here. That makes everything better. Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like
So
that.
long.
You know what I need? Well, good morning. Let us rise in body or spirit and sing our opening hymn, number 349, We Gather Together.
349.
Good morning. Welcome, everyone. My name is Veysel Dokur, and my pronouns are he, him. And I have very special worship associates with me this morning. Will you please come and introduce yourself? Let's start with Sage.
My name is Sage Dean, and my pronouns are she and her.
Abby.
Hello, my name is Abigail Dean, and I am fine with any pronouns.
Bella.
Hi, I'm Isabella. Steele.
Bella is also one of our new members that will be signing the book today. And Rachel.
Good morning, my name's Rachel.
Awesome. And you can sit there. Yep, you can sit there. All right, we continue with Abby now.
We welcome you into this sanctuary where we celebrate diversity and learn from one another, no matter our spiritual paths, gender, sexuality, race, ethnicity, or differing abilities.
No matter our differences, we endeavor to strengthen our connections and transform the world with love.
If you want, you can sit here.
Let us begin our worship by reciting together our declaration and covenant about our shared UU value of equity and how we can bring it to life in the world.
We declare that every person is inherently worthy and has
The right to flourish with dignity, love, and compassion. We covenant to use our time, wisdom, attention, and money to build and sustain fully accessible and inclusive communities.
We are so grateful that you choose to spend this Sunday morning time with us as we celebrate our UUCL founders and welcome new members so that we can build this inclusive and beloved community.
Great.
Heather will now, who says that?
Go ahead, no worries.
Okay. Heather will now call us into community with some special announcements.
Thank you all very much. It is such a joy to have them with us today, helping with our worship service. I am Heather Norby. I am the spiritual life director for this awesome congregation. Woo! And I use the pronouns she and her. So I just have a few announcements to make, things that will things to do that help us to connect with each other so we can transform ourselves and the world with love. So, of course, first of all is our big service auction fundraiser on December 14th. This is where we come up with creative ways, creative things that we can do for other people in the congregation, and we put them up for auction, and people bid on them. Pay for, dinners or drives to the airport or pet sitting or a dog party, right? We have several items, but we still need more items. So if you come up with something that you can offer to the congregation, set a price for it and go to the newsletter and find the link and put it in there so that we can auction that off on December 14th. It's lots of fun, and there's always fun ways to be together. Adam and I are now currently working on a midwinter fire pit and mocktail circle, so that will be in there soon, so come bid on that. And I went out with some young adults the other night, and they have some fun ideas, y'all. So, so join us. And please auction something fun. Okay, this Thursday is Thanksgiving, and we will be having a Thanksgiving dinner here at 4 p.m. Tom and Marsha are making a turkey.
Yes, we have about 20 people signed up.
20 people, woo! Okay.
We had a 21-pound turkey yesterday. There's a sign-up sheet on the card table. The people who have told us they're coming and what they're bringing, so the list out there is not complete.
Okay.
If anyone here would like to add their name to it, we could use some vegetable dishes.
Vegetables. Don't forget the veggies, y'all. Yes, please, sign up on the sheet out there and say what you're going to bring, and please bring vegetables.
It's at 4 p.m.
In addition to your dessert at 4 p.m. Thank you. I hope you all have a wonderful time. I'm traveling this week. I'm going to Boise, Idaho, where my cousin lives, but I'm meeting my mom and my stepdad and my brother's kids there, so that's where I will be. All right. Today at 4 p.m. at Reformation Lutheran on the north side of town on Old Polk City Road is the Interfaith Coalition of Polk County's annual Thanksgiving worship service. I will be there, of course. I'll be there with our chalice. I'm also bringing the Buddha from the Zen Buddhist group since they can't make it, and be doing a little chalice lighting and whatnot. So please join us. It'll be lots of fun and a great way to strengthen our interfaith connections. Okay, we are looking for a hospitality chair. So if you are good at organizing people and getting people to sign up, please see me about volunteering to be a hospitality chair. We appreciate that. And finally, I have cards from the RCMA school in Mulberry. The cards were designed by the children of RCMA schools. They are $15 for a variety pack of 10, and then I also have individual cards that are $1.50 each. And so this is a great fundraiser for them, and they really appreciate all of our food donations and our purchase of their cards. So I guess try to find me after the service, throw some money at me, take a card. Who knows? I'll probably be wandering around doing I don't know what, but there's lots of cards. And that's all that I have. And so, of course, please check the back of your order of service and our e-newsletter, which is published on Mondays, for more information on other events. And now, we'll take a deep breath and light our chalice. Please, Abby.
The flaming chalice is the symbol of this Unitarian Universalist faith. We light it each Sunday, as do UU churches around the world. Our flaming chalice creates a sacred space and renews our commitment to this faith. Nick, would you please do us the honor of lighting our chalice? Our chalice lighting words are from the Reverend Michelle Collins. We kindle this flame for ancestors who planted trees, whose shade we enjoy today. May this light illuminate our place in the long chain of receiving gifts and leaving legacies for future generations. Now, please, let us rise in body or spirit to sing in English and Spanish. Hymn number 123, Spirit of Life.
Rise.
this is the time when I call the children and the young at heart forward for our message for all ages. Well, today we have a very special message for all ages. It's a story, but it's not a storybook. And it's also a story and a ritual to honor what we call our founding members. What does that mean, our founding members? Anybody? They're the people who started this church. Our founding members. They founded the church. And it happened way, way, way back 70 years ago, before you were all born, before I was born, not before Petra was born. Okay. Rachel. You were born then? Oh, you've been in the fountain of youth, apparently. Cool. I even have some pictures to help remember these people. I'm just going to pass them around. You can look at them and just get an idea of who they were and what they looked like and what this place was all about. So we remember them because they built this place for us. And we wouldn't be here like this if it weren't for them. If they didn't say, hey, we want a Unitarian church here in Lakeland. We're going to start one ourselves because we're Unitarians and we can do that. They started it as what was called a fellowship, which means that it was a group of 10 or more lay people that were able to start it without a minister and to keep it going without a minister for several years. And it was their commitment and their imaginations that kept this place alive. And so we're going to honor them today. So they made it official on November 27th, 1955. They signed our membership book, this very membership book right here. There's even a picture of all their signatures in there. And we are still going to sign this. We still use the same book. That is an old book. It's 70 years old. Can you believe that? So our new members today are going to sign that same book. So inside of this book, there's a statement that says, love is the spirit of this fellowship and service is its law. What does that mean? What does that mean? Anybody? Means we gather together in love, we center ourselves in love, and service means we serve each other, we help each other, and we go out into the community and we help those less fortunate than us as well, right? In freedom of truth, we unite for the worship of God and the service of man. Freedom of truth. Yes, freedom and truth have always been big Unitarian Universalist values. So what we're going to do to honor these people that 70 years ago signed that book and started this church is we're going to take these rocks and we're going to drop them in the bowl, and I'm going to ask all of you to help me. Are you ready? Who's ready? I know how much you love to drop rocks into water. They're too busy looking at the pictures. See, I got too many things going on at one time. That is the story of my life, and it is especially so today. So, all right, are we ready? Are we ready to help? Are you ready? Okay, Petra's ready. So who's going to be the first person to help Petra? Why don't we line up here? We'll line up here, and Petra will give you a rock, and you will place it in the bowl of water. I'm going to say the names, yes. If you find the rock, great. If not, just, okay. All right. The 35 members, let me begin. Mrs. Eleanor Detman. She was an important person because she started the first Sunday school, and she had by the 1960s some 40 children. Paul S. Patterson. Just put in any rock. Just take a rock and put it in there. Okay. Susan C. Patterson. Dorothy Rowe. Ralph Rowe. Dorothea Garber. Elaine Bart. Roger Bart. Mrs. Julian Martinez. Mr. Julian Martinez. Mrs. O.D. Patsy Eager, who was one of the original organizers, let's say. She was one of the people that said, I'm going to do this thing. She was already a Unitarian from Washington, D.C. Barbara Irwin. Elaine Smithers. Harold Smithers. Lola S. Bracken. Hester Hempstead. Joseph Hempstead. Wida Salter. Wesley Clarence Salter. Retta M. Wish. Fred D. Wish, Jr. Bertha H. Stites. She is the biggest rock? Sure. Because she also tried to found a Universalist church in the 1920s here in Lakeland. Dale Matthias. Margarita Eichley. Roy Eichley. Chris Camden. Howard Camden. Mary Hostetter. Chris Hostetter. Jessica Price. Jane Savage. George Lees. John Rowland. Warren Scholl. And Mildred Roberts. Thank you all. And so, of course, that means y'all did a good job. Now, I have one more thing for you to do. We're going to do a little meditation. Do you think you can sit and show me what we do during a meditation? What do you think? Do you know what it means to meditate? All right. Sit on the floor and get comfortable. Take a deep breath and feel your body fall into stillness. Can you be still? Can you close your eyes? Hear how quiet it is. while I'm reading this meditation, you can sit and just take deep breaths and be quiet. This is a meditation for the people that found this church. And it's going to help our hearts be grateful. That means thankful for these people. Are you ready? So if you close your eyes, you can also imagine, as you looked at the pictures, imagine these people and this place 70 years ago. Are you ready? For those who came before by Reverend Michelle Collins, holy stillness. We sit in the shade of trees we did not plant, speak with voices shaped by languages we did not create, breathe free air that others died to protect. Every freedom we exercise, every opportunity we pursue, every moment of safety we enjoy carries the fingerprints of those who came before. We remember ancestors and founders of blood and choice, known and unknown, who endured hardships we can barely imagine so we might inherit possibilities they could only dream. We carry forward the hopes of enslaved people who chose love over bitterness, immigrants who crossed oceans for children they would never meet, activists who planted seeds in ground too hard for them to see bloom. Their struggles live in our bodies, their dreams in our daily choices, their unfinished work in our hands. May we honor their sacrifices not through nostalgia, but through action, not through guilt, but through gratitude that moves our feet toward justice. Help us become ancestors future generations will thank, planting trees whose shade we'll never rest in, fighting battles whose victories we won't live to see, loving this world forward with the same fierce hope that brought us here. May it be so. Oh, you did an excellent job. Thank you. So we talked about us becoming the ancestors of future generations and planting trees that we'll never see grow super tall and provide shade for people. That means also that we are building a church right here and right now for all of the people that come afterwards. And so my question is, what would you, as a part of this church, like to do here? How do you imagine making it a place for other people? Callie is thinking hard. What do you want this place to be like for other people? Friendly. So we're here to make this a friendly place. Any other ideas? Acceptance? Yeah. We're making this place an accepting place where we affirm everybody's inherent worth and dignity, right? Meaning whoever you are and however you come here, you are accepted, you are whole. Alice? Love. Yeah, love is at the center. Love is at the center. That's who we are, and so that's what we're doing here. We are continuing to build this place that these 35 people started 70 years ago. And today, we're also welcoming in new members that are going to help us continue to build this place. And so, I'm going to invite Melissa to come and say a few words to you about what it means to become a new member.
So, we talked about being a member before, but what does it mean to be a member? It means to be a part of a group. So in your family, every person in your family is a member of the family, right? You heard that before? When you have a class at school, Everybody is a member in the class. And at church, people who decide to stay with the church, to come and help with the work and give money when they can, they want to stay apart, and it's making a commitment. It's saying, yes, I'm not just visiting, I really want to do this. I'm going to be part of it, I'm going to help out, learn and grow together. They become members. And so today, we're going to have a ceremony for that. A ceremony is like a ritual. Some of you do rituals. We have ceremony is when we do something to make something special. So like when you graduate from kindergarten and everybody comes and they give you a certificate, that's a ceremony. It's a special moment. So we're having one of those today. We're not going to stay for the whole ceremony, but for the people who are becoming the new members, we want them to feel welcome and appreciated. What do we do? How do we make people feel welcome and appreciated? Give them stuff, yeah. Presents always make us feel welcome and appreciated. What else? Give them love, yes. And what's a way we can show love for people that we don't know that well? Words, right? We just say, welcome. Smile, that's right. Applause, we clap for people, right? That's a way we show that we appreciate people and we're happy. Yeah. Okay. Sure. We're gonna, all right, go ahead and do that. Can you stand up, Presley? No. It's okay. All right, here, you guys, stand close to me and turn. Yeah, so we have all the people who are becoming new members today. Raise your hand or wave so the kids can see.
Yay!
And you guys say welcome, welcome.
Well,
Welcome.
yay!
Thank you.
Did you have anything else? I'm sorry. Yes. Yes, you are all going to help collect the offering.
One more helper job before we leave. The stage is going to be.
All right. Thank you, Sage.
Here we gather, tucked back in this friendly neighborhood between these beautiful tall pines. We are a small church with big aspirations, but we can achieve those aspirations if everyone gives of their time, talents, and treasures. Our shared Unitarian Universalist value of generosity calls us to be faithful UUs by covenanting with one another to freely and compassionately share our presence and resources. This is the time in our worship service when we are given the opportunity to share. Today, the children will pass the plates for your collection as you help to support this church community and make it a place for all of us to learn and grow.
is steady, this boat is sure. When you're ready, climb aboard. When you're ready, grab an oar. This boat will carry you to the shore. This boat is steady, this boat is sure. When you're ready, climb aboard. When you're ready, grab an oar. This boat will carry you to the farthest shore.
Well, I am so thankful to be learning new hymns together, and I am thankful for all of the treasures that you have generously given to us, and I am so thankful that our children got to be a part of our worship service in a big way today. So now we will take some time for the sharing of joys and sorrows. It is a prayerful time in which we listen to our hearts, minds, bodies, and souls to discern what it is we need in this moment of healing. Is a ritual that allows us to connect our lives to one another and even to our founders as we have their names in our Joys and Sorrows bowl today. But before we begin, I will read what I have in our book that some have shared with us. From John Hughes, Gratitude, Thanksgiving, to the millions in the interdependent web of life, providing our substance? Yeah, substance this Thursday afternoon. Thank you, John. And a joy from Dorothy. Ken and I finally are getting solar panels. Well, thank you for doing that. Every little bit helps. So I invite you now to come forward for our ritual of joys and sorrows. You may take whichever stone or stones feels right to you and drop it in the bowl, connecting to others, feeling the power of being together in this community. then Petra will put stones in for those joining us on Zoom and our streaming services. Good morning. Thank you for being here.
And now this is the most, exciting part of today's service, at least for me, the new member ceremony. And, I've been doing starting point sessions, a few years now, and they are for everyone. I'm very thankful to our longtime friends, existing members, and new friends attended, and some of them, lots of them, decided to become our members. I will call them to come sit in the front seats if they're not, and then we'll ask them to introduce themselves for a minute or two. So if you're not sitting in the front seats, Destiny Cardenas, Rowan Infinity, Gail and Dan Lewis, Dave Mertz, Isabella Steele, and Athena Wilson. So if you could please come into the front seats, and I'll invite Heather to continue.
Okay, thank you. Wow, we have honored our founding members, knowing that they dreamt of a vibrant future for this church. And so here we are in that future, and we are indeed a loving and joyful little community with so much energy to keep giving to the world. We get to welcome 7 new members today who will help carry on this legacy of love, freedom, truth, and service that our founders left for us. It is exciting to wonder about what kind of future we as a community will leave for the next generations. It is exciting to get to know the other people who will help co-create and sustain this community. When we get to know one another, we understand how our community can change with each individual that joins us and shapes who we are. Who will we be now, and what will we do together? We want to know, and so we're going to invite each member up one at a time. Petra will give them the welcome packet. We will sign the book with me, and you will tell a little. That's okay. And then we will. Okay, I did get cut off, and you will one at a time, because each person is going to introduce themselves, and we will get to know them a little bit more. Okay, are we ready? There's a lot going on today. I think I'm a little scattered. Sorry about that. Okay, let's start with Destiny.
Come on down, Destiny.
I didn't ask you if you wanted to go first, but no. Here you are.
While you introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm going to
You
okay.
do that, and then we'll sign the book.
I had to write this down because, no pressure. Oh, God, how do you do this every week? Excuse me, my allergies are awful. My name is Destiny. I use the pronoun she, her. My husband and I moved to Lakeland about 4 years ago after my grandmother, who I care for since I was 16, she suffered multiple severe strokes and needed more care than either of us could provide. Leaving what little family I had was incredibly hard, and moving in with my in-laws was a big adjustment. I was raised as an only child, and so adjusting to such a large family, as my husband is the oldest of 8, left me feeling overwhelmed and ironically isolated, with no local friends, no family, and unable to work. I often felt alone and depressed until I stumbled across this church, which became a much-needed source of community. I look forward to what the future brings, growing my connections with all of you further, continuing to discover who I am within a community that celebrates every person's unique path. I'm grateful for the kindness you've shown me and my family, often in the small ways you may not even realize: smiles, gentle conversations, a hug, and even interacting with my kids. And invitations to participate even when I wasn't sure I belonged anywhere. Because here I've learned that belonging isn't something you earn. It's something you're welcomed into, and you all have welcomed me with open arms and open hearts. Becoming a member today feels less like joining something new and more like acknowledging what has already grown in me over my time here, a sense of home, hope, and purpose. I'm honored to be a part of this congregation, and I'm excited to continue this journey with all of you.
While Destiny sells our new member book, I figured this out. The names are listed according to last names. So I'm gonna call next Rowan Infinity, and so you could introduce yourself.
Okay, alrighty. Hello, I'm Rowan Infinity, and I prefer they, them pronouns. I'm currently working as a substitute teacher for Polk County. I usually work with pre-K through 3rd grade, and I've learned a lot these past few months, but it's not really my passion. It's more of a thing I do to keep the lights on while I'm looking for a job in my field of study, which is public service. When I'm not at work, I like to spend time with my sister, whom I live with, my wonderful boyfriend, Nate, of 4 years, and my cat, C80, who loves to interfere with all of my fiber arts projects. I first came here a few years ago for a little while, then left to be in Tampa for my degree, and both times I found a warm, welcoming, wonderful group of people that I would be honored to be a part of and get to know better. Just as a heads up, though, I am not really a chatty person, but I do love to listen and meet and talk to people, both new and familiar. I am excited to be a part of this community.
Thank you, Rowan. Next, I'm gonna call Gail and Dan Lewis. If you wanna come one at a time or together. All right, then let's go with Gail, you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Gail Lewis. I was born in 1949 in Detroit, Michigan, moved to Miami when I was 10. I have a Jewish background, Ashkenazi Jewish, which my grandparents were from Eastern Europe, Hungary and Russia. What's now Ukraine. The borders changed a lot, so that's kind of my background. My mother was into a lot of different religions and ended up as fundamentalist Christian, but she was also into white witchcraft and yoga and some other things, and so I was exposed to a lot of different things, speaking in tongues. She spoke in tongues. I never did understand it, slain in the spirit and all that. But I'm pretty much a free thinker, and I'm trying to figure out some things. So that's kind of my religious background. I kind of gave up Judaism when I was about 12 or 13. It just didn't speak to me because I didn't believe I was a chosen person, and I didn't like the victim mentality, so I went on and thought other ways. My hobbies are mostly, I play music, I like strings, I play mountain dulcimer guitar, a little bit of mandolin, violin a little bit, so I enjoy music, and I sing with a gentleman. We go to nursing homes and sing. I for a living. I have a degree in elementary ed, and I found I liked the kids better than I liked the system or the adults, so I didn't stay with that very much. I mostly sewed. I'm a seamstress. I worked at the Ozark Folk Center for a while doing costuming, so I do a lot of sewing and crafts and music and dance. We like to dance. That's kind of that. We did we were in Pennsylvania before this, and we weren't members, but we were at a Unitarian church. We went often, and we did a lot of volunteering. They had a wonderful soup kitchen. It was in a very depressed area, that old church. I worked in the soup kitchen, and Dan worked, he gave out toiletries and things. We gave out winter coats, different things like that, and we really enjoyed the service of that and missed that. And so we're here back in a Unitarian church. And we just love the people, the welcoming, I wanted to get to know people on a lesson. People where we used to live, we just moved, a little bit too superficial. We're still good friends with them, and we love them dearly, but we wanted to get to know new people on a deeper level. So that's why we're here, and also we're looking for service once we get settled in our new home. That's about it.
Yes, Dan, please come over. While Dan is coming here, I just want to remind again, starting point sessions are a small group. It is basically introducing us, not just the new members, existing members and friends, how to start a small group. So I'll talk more on that, but Dan, please.
Well, good morning. My name is Dan Lewis. I'm Gail's husband. 77 years old. I was born and raised in a small town in eastern Ohio. We had no stoplights. One-horse town. My parents were staunch Republicans and Presbyterians. My family had gone to the Presbyterian church for years. I became somewhat of a problem during my formative years because I asked a lot of questions. And that didn't set too well, at Bible school and summer camp and things like that. I was questioning everything. Finally, I was told to shut up, fall in line, and just believe. So I did that thing until I could get away. When I left to go to college, I did not church at all. After my freshman year of college, I didn't want to go back to the area. There was nothing to do. I didn't want to mow lawns and deliver groceries, so I got a job at a summer camp up in the Catskills for 9 weeks. That's where I met Gail. We were married the next summer in 1969, and to overcome the cultural differences, we were married in a Unitarian church in Miami. We really didn't do anything, kind of religiously until we had some children. And I did move back to the area where I came from, and we got back involved with the Presbyterian church. I did the usher thing. I became a liturgist, was nominated as an elder, did a term on session, and was the church treasurer. But looking back, probably the worst 3 years I ever spent in the spiritual journey. It was something. Moving forward now, we've been back in Florida for 5 years. We belong to the Lakeland Senior Dance and Social Club. We are on the Democrats. I enjoy sports. I was a Little League umpire for many years, and I would still be out there if I could still run. I enjoyed it that much. I do have a part-time seasonal job. I work for the Detroit Tigers when they're here for spring training. I work gate security and game usher. And my current hobby right now, genealogy. I've traced most of my family back into the 1500s, all four grandparents. So if I can ever help anybody with that, I'd be happy to do so.
All right, next we have Dave Metz.
Hello, my name is Dave Mertz. My pronouns are he, him, and I moved to Lakeland about 7 years ago, and I started attending UUCL in January of this year. A little bit about my history. I was raised in a suburb of Boston, and I have 2 older brothers, so I was the youngest and got away with everything in high school. I moved to Philadelphia to study IT in college and graduated and worked for a couple of years as a cybersecurity consultant. And then I co-founded a cybersecurity consulting firm and enjoyed the highs and lows of growing a small business. The work involved travel every week, so I learned to love life on the road and learn not to hold things too tightly. I heard in some Buddhist podcast the idea of holding things in life with an open hand, and so you enjoy them while they're with you, but not to cling on to them and just let them come and go. And so I left cybersecurity when I moved to Florida, and with the goal of becoming a farmer, and I learned how to do it on YouTube. I now live in North Lakeland and take care of beef cattle and 2 children that you may have met, Emma, who's 6, and Arlo, who is 5. And I recently divorced from their mother, and so we're going through a lot of life changes right now. In addition to farming, the hobbies I enjoy are bird watching, audiobooks, and camping. I'm excited about the opportunity to join UUCL and spend more time in this great community. I like the attitudes shared from up here and the practiced by the people with whom I've had the pleasure of meeting. I'm particularly interested in supporting the cats that live around the church, and so if you love kitties and want to explore how we can manifest the UU values in the relationship with cats, I'd be happy to talk more. Thank you for the openness of this place and welcoming us as new members into your world.
Now I know who will be my next visit to. So Dave, you're gonna hear from me. I live in North Lakeland too. So next, we have our youngest new member, Isabella Steele.
Hi. It's okay. It's okay. Some epic music for my introduction. So, I'm Isabella Steele, and my parents found this church when I was 12 years old, and now I'm 16, so woohoo! So I've been here for a long time, and I'm really glad that I get to become a member and experience things with you guys.
And last but not the least, Athena Wilson.
Hey, y'all. My name's Athena. My pronouns are she, her. Thank you to Heather and Waysel and the congregation for giving me this time to introduce myself. I'm from Lakeland. I work at a doctor's office in Lithia. I've lived here for most of my life. I have a wonderful partner, Andrew, that I've been with for 4 years. At home, we have 3 cats, a dog, and 2 turtles. I found Unitarian Universalism at a Pride event a couple of years ago. At the time, I didn't have an interest in joining a congregation, but I followed the page on Facebook because I appreciated a religion that was accepting of queer folk. Sorry, I'm so nervous right now. When I became more involved in activism around Polk County, I was encouraged by Waysel to attend a service. Not only did I feel welcome, I felt embraced by the congregation, by the people, by the beliefs, the shared values that I see on the podium below. They don't feel like requirements. They come very natural. If anything, I feel like they're reminders of who my true self is. The willingness to be tolerant and accept science as truth while also encouraging spiritual growth and a willingness to embrace change speaks to me in ways that no other denomination has been able to. And the people here have honestly just blessed me personally. in my short time here, whether to support me during the issues most recently with my car. I've gotten offers from folks to give me rides here and to find a car, but I found one, thankfully. And somebody gave me a whole instrument. Thank you, Tom, for that. I really appreciate it. So that way I can take more part in the music program here. So I'm super excited to be a member of this congregation, and I thank everyone for giving me the time to introduce myself today. Thank you.
Okay. Our board chair, Jandine, is not here, but she sent us a video message, I believe. And if you are ready, there we go.
Everyone, I am Jandine, and my pronouns are they, them. I am the board chair of this amazing congregation, and it is a joy to welcome you, our newest members, into this community. I am sorry I couldn't be there with you guys today, but I am there in spirit. Here at UUCL, we like to say that joining the congregation is not the end of a journey, it's the beginning of an adventure. You're stepping into a community that grows, evolves, and becomes more vibrant every time a new person brings their light into the room. Today, that light belongs to each of you. One of the most beautiful things about UUCL is that we are not a spectator congregation. We're a hands-on, hearts-in kind of community. Committees and volunteer teams are where our ideas turn into action, where creativity meets purpose, and where friendships form over coffee, shared projects, and the occasional, wait, who has the password for that? And yes, that happens a lot. Committee work here isn't about filling slots on a chart. It's about discovering what gifts you bring and finding joyful ways to use them. Maybe you're a spreadsheet wizard. Maybe you love greeting people at the door. Maybe you have a passion for music, social justice, finance, communications, or hospitality, especially snacks. We always honor the spiritual importance of snacks. But let's not forget the other things I said too. Music, social justice, finance, communications. We need help in all those areas. Whatever your talents, your curiosities, or even your secret skills you haven't told anyone about yet, and some of you have them, we know, we are excited about what you will bring. Truly, this congregation becomes stronger, more creative, and more alive with every person who leans in, shows up, and says, yes, I can help with that. So today, we don't just welcome you as members. We welcome you as co-creators of this community. We welcome your ideas, your passions, your questions, and your humor. We welcome the gifts you have to offer, and some we don't even know about yet. Thank you for choosing to share your spiritual journey with us. We are so glad you're here, and we cannot wait to see what we will build together. Welcome home.
Well, new members, you have signed our membership book, and now I invite you to celebrate that commitment with us. Joining the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Lakeland means being part of this funky little church community under those tall pines. It means pitching in and speaking out on the future of our congregation. It means being supported and receiving the gifts of the Spirit so you may grow yourself. And it also means giving to and supporting others. It means helping us as a whole and interconnected church community, working towards our mission of love plus connection equals transformation, and towards the aspirations that we have for ourselves and the world. But as fun as this all sounds, and it is, being a part of a church community can also be hard work. In this community, you will form many relationships, and most of the time, you will be fulfilled by those relationships. But sometimes those relationships will be hard. We will fail one another, we always do, and that's why we have covenants. not because we think we can live into them perfectly, because we know we won't. We know that we will have to center ourselves in love and forgive one another, revisit our covenants, and promise each other that we'll do better, even if, and especially when, we disagree. As the popular UU saying goes, love is hard, do it anyway. So if you will join us in this mission and aspirational work, new members, please say, I will. And now I will ask for the new members to come line up on the floor, because the members of the congregation will rise in their seats and read the words on the screen behind me, making a covenant with you. Receive you
with open hands and hearts. As you join us, we once again renew our commitment to this religious community. We are proud to
have you among us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And now I will ask Bella to come help lead us in reading our aspirational statements that we just voted to accept at our last meeting. And they're in your order of service, and there are slides as well. So you're just reading it, and they're reading with you. Come on up.
Okay. We aspire for ourselves a spiritual home where individuals feel seen, heard, and valued, where they can explore their beliefs freely, deepen their self-awareness, and grow in love and justice. We aspire for our congregation to be a beacon of inclusivity, pluralism, and action, a dynamic and engaged community that fosters deep relationships and ignites passion for justice. We aspire to contribute to the creation of Polk County, which is a county where people of all backgrounds find belonging, interfaith collaboration, fosters a more just society. We aspire to create a world rooted in justice, equity, and interdependence, where humanity thrives with the earth.
Thank you. Good job. Well, you have entered into our covenants, and so now you can consider yourself a UU. Hit it.
Consider yourself UU. Consider yourself one of the members here. We've taken to you so strong. It's clear we're going to get along. When you came in, you didn't know just who you are. These UU folks, what luck. You've been learning all our values and our covenants, and you have signed our book. Consider yourself our friend. We don't want to have no fuss, for after some consideration we can stay. Consider yourselves one of us.
I want to give credit to Barbara Wallace, who wrote those lyrics for us. Barbara was a longtime member of this congregation before she and her husband Don moved up to Michigan. We miss them dearly, but her work is still with us. So now, I will just say that I cannot wait to co-create with all of you. We accept you into this congregation not so that you can become like us, but so that we can become more like you. So welcome, and we will symbolically represent this welcome by creating a circle, by by widening our circle. This is one of Keno's favorite activities. Did you tell Anne to come today? Did you know? No. Okay, so we're going to make a circle beginning with our longest time member, Ann Kierton. That's you, Annie. What year did you sign the book, Ann? What year did you sign the book?
I don't know, but I was already running the church before I ever
Yeah, well, it was like the 60s. It was the 60s, and Ann signed that book, and she is our longest time member. So, Ann, why don't you go stand back at that corner? And Keno, you stand next to her, because Keno signed the book some 54 years ago. So they've been members for over 50 years. I'll find when you sign that book, Ann, don't worry. Now we're going to create a circle around the room, getting, let's see, we had over 50 years. So who's been here over 40 years? Who's been here over 30 years? How about, yes, this is for members and friends, Oliver. Who's been here over, oh, is that over 30 years, Oliver? Yes, okay, I figured, And who's been here over 20 years? I think Nancy's been a UU for over 20 years. Tom Mead. All right. Who has been here over 19 years? 18 years? That's me. I would be right next to you, Tom. 17 years? Go. Tom and Marcia. You're welcome to join that circle if you want. You don't have to. That was 17. 16 years? Yeah, go on and join that circle, you two. 15 years? 14. Oh, there's John Hughes. 13. 12. 11. All right, here we go for the countdown. 10. 9. By the way, Janet's back. Woo-hoo. 8. 7. 6. Okay. Yeah. 5. 4. 3. We got 3s over there. 2. 1. Oh, Julie's putting money in Adam's pocket. Hey. Okay. 1, let's see, less than 1. 9 months. 8 months. 7 months. 6 months. Linda, I think you've been here longer than 6 months. 5 months. 4 months. 3. 2 months. 1 month. Wow, you're fresh. And then, of course, if you are just brand new and this is your first time here, you are welcome to join this circle because this circle is big enough for everyone. That's right. We make room. We widen that circle. Look at that beautiful circle with those beautiful people. Oh, wonderful. And look at you all are already holding hands and you are ready to sing our song, We Would Be One. Yes, the words will be on the screen, and I know your back's to it. So, use those eyes in the back of your head that you told your children that you have. And let us sing together in our circle. Would you please extinguish our chalice as we say our chalice extinguishing words? Miss Rachel? And the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and out into the world. Thank you. And Abby's going to say our benediction today.
May we go forth from this place thankful for the life that sustains and renews us, and open to the grace that surrounds and surprises us. May we go forth from this place with openness and with thanksgiving. Now please remember with me that you are loved, you are worthy, and you are a blessing.